Alright guys, welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. In the last part we were talking to Mr. Saiyan Man, and we're gonna press him right here. Alright, at first? What do you mean by that? He thought the bellboy was strange. At first? What do you mean by that? I didn't think he was a normal bellboy. And why was that? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Hey, wait a second. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. Okay. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself? Ah, yeah, that's it. You really know your job. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor? This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he? Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony. You mean about the bellboy, right? Alright. Matt gave the bellboy a tip. Wow, pretty simple testimony there. Alright. Hold it! That is very incriminating evidence. Alright, so he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that? Ah, well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me. How much it was? But that's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. Huh. I'm afraid I don't follow at all. Sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of his shocking moments I should ask about. Let's ask about the bellboy's face. Why not? What was so shocking about the bellboy's face, Mr. Powers? Well, he wasn't exactly a boy, more like an old gramps. Ahem, I hope you know discrimination towards old men is no-no in my court. No, that's not what I meant at all. In the smack middle of the guy's face, there was a line of stitches. A line of stitches? Yeah, and it went straight from the tippy top of his head to the bottom of his chin. Almost like if that thread snapped, all the stuff in his head would come spilling out. Ah, he was there, at On Guard's house. He was that butler! What is it, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. So that means On Guard was talking with the killer then. If that fact were to be exposed, On Guard would be declared guilty in a blink. Phoenix, you have to play dumb here. Pretend you don't know anything. Yes, Chief. You sure you don't have something you'd like to say, Mr. Wright? Huh? What did you just say, Your Honor? Nothing, Mr. Wright, nothing. We're just going around and around in circles. Now then, Mr. Powers, please continue with your testimony. Alright. Okay. Gave the bellboy a tip. Now I gotta ask about the tip. Alright, so he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that? Alright, blah, blah, blah. Ah, come on, blah, blah, blah. We know. Alright. Okay, On Guard's tip. The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips. Tips, wouldn't you say? I mean, wouldn't you agree? Sure. But giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think. A little too much? Would you please clarify for the court about how much you would say the defendant gave to the bellboy? Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess. And why is that? Because he gave the bellboy a really, really fat roll of cash. A roll of cash? Smack. Ah, well. How interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash. That can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. Judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. So raise an objection. Objection! The defendant is a superstar. That kind of tip is typical fare for epic finger points like him. Objection! Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders? If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays, then why on earth would I be standing here prosecuting? He's got a point. I don't even get paid, let alone rolls. I don't even get paid, let alone rolls of cash for all my hard work. Smack. So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, then what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment? Yes. The payment for my epic forehead. Isn't it obvious? For the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida. Then the bellboy was the witness saw. Yes, he was the assassin. I hope I didn't make a mistake right then. Smack, smack, smack. Hold your horses now, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any proof of this, do you? Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the card Shelley D. Killer left at the scene of the crime. Shelley D. Killer? He is the person the police's special investigations team has been chasing for ages. I'm certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley D. Killer. Really? What's wrong, Mr. Powers? No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head and I think I just figured something out. Oh? Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night. What? Oh, great. Smack. Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Right away. Oh, great. Well, at least I didn't make a big mistake or anything. This time, I was in the hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Corrida's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kind of out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. I mean... You mean what? Thank you very much, that is all we need for now. Huh? But I'm not done. There's still more. Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. D. Killer, then we shall see. So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious. That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain and make us laugh. Ha 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 ha. This is no laughing matter. Yeah, we know. It's a video game. We can laugh all we want, thank you very much. You're just here for fan service. You shut up. Alright, this time I was in the hallway because he had to go to the bathroom, and that's when the bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Hold it! Alright, are you sure it was the same bellboy? Yeah. And how could you tell? All the bellboys wore the same uniform after all. But you see, well, he had those stitches in his face. So I'm sure it was the same guy that was talking with Matt. So which room did the bellboy come out of? Alright. Of course, when I saw a room, I mean Juan Corrida's room. Hold it! The victim's room, huh? Yeah, the one with all the really pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was Juan's room, alright. Words cannot describe how screwed I am. Huh. Let's continue with the testimony, shall we? Now that I think about it, the bellboy did seem kind of out of place. Why did he seem out of place? So what exactly was so out of place about him? Right. Why the insipid grin? Because I have no idea what damaging thing he's gonna say next. Well, the bellboy was empty-handed. Empty-handed? The bellboy was one of those room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a car and he wasn't holding a tray either. You could call that a little strange too, wouldn't you? I agree that is a bit strange, Mr. Powers. But is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers' testimony slide, or try to pull a fast one? There's nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy. But there really is. There really isn't an epic finger point. Objection! If you two are done being school children, bellboys are for room service. There's no reason for them to be empty-handed, ever. Your Honor, I ask that the witness's previous statement be supplanted with this new one. Ugh, Edgeworth. Are you gonna do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious? I see. Very well. This court recognizes and grants the prosecution request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please. Yes, sir. Alright. I thought it was kind of strange for a bellboy to come out of a guest room empty-handed. Alright, let's press there. I've already got an idea of what to do, so let's say. So you're saying it's suspicious for him to be empty-handed? Yeah, really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw that Bellboy, he had the tray with a very familiar looking wine glass and a bottle of tomato juice, from what I can tell. He's holding a tray in his hand. There was a bottle of juice and a wine glass on it. Juice? What kind of juice was it? I'm pretty sure it was tomato juice. If we could come up with some sort of reason as to why he would come out empty-handed, some sort of proof, then I think we can dodge the bullet on this one for now. Proof, huh? Sounds like another job for the court record. Alright. He had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. Okay. Now, present. Wait, is that... Okay, yeah. Alright, I already know what I need to do, because I am a smart person. Crime photo, because it shows the thingy there. Objection! Epic finger points. Mr. Powers. Yes? You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that Bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true. But, isn't he really suspicious? He's got all those stitches and... So, a baseball has stitches. Are you saying all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches? That's racism against baseballs. Gulp. Well, there's also... I mean, what about him being empty-handed? I would like to ask the court to please take a look here. This is the crime scene. There is a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Corrida's body. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. And now, if you would look at what is on top of the table in the lower right corner here, anyone can clearly see that it's a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Corrida's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left. Epic finger point. Yeah, I'm not throwing that in the sentence anywhere, so... but that would mean that the bellboy had seen and left a dead body in the room. No, you idiot. But you can prove that Can you prove that Mr. Corrida was already dead at that time? Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? I blame you for leading me down this route. I'm terribly epic forehead. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one more thing you'd like to share with us? Is there? The bellboy was empty-handed, or should I say empty-handed. I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Huh? What? That bellboy, he was wearing gloves. Gloves? Yeah, pitch black, leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right? Black leather gloves? Why didn't you mention them earlier? Sorry, it slipped my mind. Not to mention, Mr. Edgeworth here cut me off before I could. Ugh, boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious. Alright, gotta focus. Can't get lax here. So what if he had epic finger points? A lot of bellboys wear gloves. Come on, Mr. Wright, that bellboy was wearing black leather ones. So, a football is made of leather. Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they're made of leather? Golf again with the racism. What that, man? He received a large roll of cash from the defendant, and then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe he was just another bellboy. It seems that we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony. We're going to hear the rest of the testimony in the next part, because we're getting close to the time limit, and I don't want to get cut off in the middle of a testimony. So anyway, I will see you guys later.